Before going down to Pokhara, we came directly up to Sarangkot and stayed the night here. That decision changed the experience completely. Instead of rushing up for a quick sunrise and leaving right away, we had an entire day on the ridge, time to walk, to sit, and to watch how the landscape slowly revealed itself. Sarangkot isn't just a viewpoint, it's a long ridge above the Pokhara Valley, with fields, paths, and scattered houses where everyday life continues alongside one of Nepal's most famous panoramas. After arriving, we took a walk away from the main lookout areas. Green fields stretched out in front of us, and the land fell away sharply on either side of the ridge. From here, the valley feels enormous. Pokhara lies far below, and beyond it, layer after layer of hills recede into the distance. Throughout the day, the view kept changing. At times, the mountains were completely hidden, wrapped in cloud. Then suddenly, a break would open, and a line of snow-covered peaks would appear, sharp and bright, before slipping back behind the clouds again. On clear stretches, people talk about seeing the Annapurna range, Dhaulagiri, Manaslu, and especially Machhapuchhre, or Fishtail, with its unmistakable double peak. Even when only part of the range was visible, the scale was overwhelming. But what struck us most was that even without the mountains, Sarangkot still felt open and expansive. Hills rolled away in all directions, valleys cut deep below, and far beneath us we could trace the movement of roads and rivers through the landscape. Walking along the ridge, it was quiet. No traffic noise, just wind, distant voices, and the occasional sound of village life. It felt like being suspended between the high Himalayas and the everyday world below. As the afternoon wore on, the light softened. Shadows grew longer, and the colors of the fields and hills deepened. Clouds gathered and dispersed, constantly reshaping the view. This was one of the advantages of staying overnight. There was no pressure to capture a single moment. The experience unfolded slowly. Later, as evening approached, the valley below began to change. Lights appeared in Pokhara, one by one, tracing the outline of the city. Up on the ridge, everything grew quieter. By night, Sarangkot felt removed from the valley entirely. A calm, elevated place, with the sense that the mountains were still there in the darkness, even if we couldn't see them. The next morning, we woke early. The air was cool and still. As the sky began to lighten, clouds shifted again, and slowly the outline of the Himalayas returned, first as faint shapes, then as bright snow catching the first light of the day. This is the moment Sarangkot is famous for, sunrise over the mountains. But after spending a full day and night here, it didn't feel like a spectacle. It felt like a continuation. The mountains appeared not as a sudden reveal, but as something that had been present all along, waiting for the light. After sunrise, the ridge gradually came back to life. People emerged from guest houses. Birds moved through the fields. The day began again. From the ridge, we could also look down over Fiwa Lake, its surface shifting color as clouds passed overhead. Below us, paragliders lifted off one by one, drifting silently out over the valley, bright canopies floating between the ridge and the lake far beneath. Watching them circle and descend made the scale of the landscape even clearer. Eventually, we made our way down toward Pokhara, leaving the ridge behind. From below, Sarangkot looks like just another hill. But after walking its paths and watching the light, clouds, and distance change hour by hour, it felt like much more than that. Sarangkot wasn't just a viewpoint on the way to somewhere else. It was a place to pause, to understand the geography of Nepal not in a single glance, but over time. And from here we continued down into Pokhara, carrying that sense of space with us.
If you would like to know more about my experience over the past 5 decades, learning and using more than 30 languages around the globe, with adventures in 101 countries so far, then please visit my website, polyglotdreams.com. There you will find my memoir, A Life in 30 Languages, translated in various languages and integrated with audio and dual readers to offer a great way to improve your target languages.